Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to another installment of the Quickview series. We know it's Quickview. The rocks are the determiners, the determinators of what is a junk view and what is a quick view. But the tire that's coming up today, it's a quick view. We're ProLining on the bench again. The one that is this the newest ProLine tire? Okay. ProLine, Toyo, Open Country, RT Trail, and it is a full embrace of the everybody going skinny now. Everybody going skinny. What does it say on the sidewall? 1.6 by 4.75, and they are not kidding. As we've got our good friends, the Endura silicones. Have these been in a couple sets of tires? The answer is yes. 36 millimeters wide. And people will say, man, I wish they made a 42 millimeter wide version. Well, I think they know who they're aiming at. First off, all the Endura tires are 1.6, that 40 millimeter-ish. So you put one of those in there, and look at that. It's perfect. So if you've got something like the recently featured Axial CJ7, that's 7-ish pounds, you're good. You're good. Throw those in your tires, and you're going to get significantly better performance than the horrific foams that came in the tires. These are, of course, not the tires. It's the Axial Mickey Thompson Baja Boss that come on the Axial. They are very, very close to this size, both externally and width-wise. Tires be getting skinnier. Traxxas tires be looking fat. So, as it is part of the protocol that when we test a tire, we test it on the Canyon Custom Soft, which is a Tim 10 Blue inner with 2 wraps of fridge foam. This is 2 wraps of fridge foam around a Tim 10 inner that has been sanded down on the sander to be, yes, ladies and gentlemen, 36 millimeters wide. This is our skinny tire test set. And they, much like the Endura, well, they fit perfectly, don't they? Yes, they do. They feel very good. G8 compound. I am not aware as to whether or not the Open Country even comes in Predator. And while both indoors and out, yes, bubble juice, not 100% required, but highly recommended. While it is what I would term as Predator weather, it is about 50 degrees outside. That's Fahrenheit. What is that in the central gauge units? Don't know. I don't know. You know what I do know? Halfway. You know what I know halfway? My ultrasonic cleaner is only metric, so it only displays Celsius as units. And one day it was on 37, and I said, I don't even know how hot that is. And my buddy looked it up, and he goes, it's 98.6. And I go, well, I'm going to remember that. And now I question, did I remember correctly? Is it actually 36 that's 98.6? I feel like it's 98. I feel like 37 is the temperature, the average internal temperature of a human person. So I can sort of remember that one, but the movement of the scale is not linear. I put the bubble juice on, and then I put the ring in, and now the ring doesn't want to sit down. And oftentimes, it's better to just start over. Try again. I haven't re-dipped the dauber, so I used one dip to do all 4 wheels. Oh yeah, that feels better. It feels conditionally better. I want to get it seated in there, and I think we're there. So, I have a half-completed thought out there in the ether that it is Predator weather, but Predator gets my recommendation very scarcely, less often. I just say, barring very specific geographic locations. If you live in a place on this globe of ours where temperatures don't exceed 80, 85 degrees Fahrenheit, yeah, you can get away with Predator. And I'm not talking about do they wear faster, don't they wear faster? It doesn't matter. I think the G8 is a more versatile compound. I don't think it's as good as J-Concept's green, but it's good. It's good enough to not say, oh, I wish it was Predator, because Predator will give you more grip in a very select number of situations. 50 degrees outside, that's Predator's sweet spot. Even starting at around 75, traction will start to woo. And by the time it's about 95, which means temperature on the rocks is going to be 10 to 20 degrees warmer than that, Predator are done. They just don't work. G8s, greens, stuff like that, they don't care. Let us see. Are we in fact 4.75 by 1.6? 118 millimeters, which is a little under 4 11/16, which is, as I had said, 117, 118 millimeters. So a little bit under, and 42 and a half wide, which is, yes indeedy, we get speedy, 1.6 inches wide, give or take a small fraction of an inch. That didn't quite sit. It's got a little, I don't think it's going to be impactful, but there's a little bulgy there. I have a battery. It is on the Quiet Boy. We've got two chargers here in-house. We've got the Noisy Boy, and we've got the Quiet Boy. It is on the Quiet Boy. If I didn't point out, these are obviously non-directional. This is one of the more scale tires, I think, that we have tested here. Okay. I rescind. They have a directional sidewall. No, they don't. Because we can't. On one side, your sidewall points are going to be aiming forward. And on the other side, they're going to be pointing backward. Scalers? Durtrex Scalers had the same thing. I called them Patriots logos. The side look like a Patriots logo. Now, we could directionalize those. The tread bar pattern across the top is unidirectional, omnidirectional, non-directional, whatever you like to call it. Most tires that come from something that exists out in the 1/1 world are non-directional. There's a couple that have directional notations indicating direction of rotation, but most do not. So these are some skinny boys. They are fitted with an insert that is hard and soft at the same time, because the inner is not going to collapse. So we should get... I think this tire is going to do well, because we have tested other tires definitely in the same class. Falcon Wild Peak, Mickey Thompson Baja Boss, like a lot of the real world tires, and they all do well. They all have a weakness, which is that they're based on a real world tire. So you're not going to get the same amount of traction. You're not going to get the same pure forward driving stuff as you would out of a crawler specific tire, because while a lot of the concepts do translate to toy car size, some of the things we don't have to deal with. So a tire that is specifically designed for a rock crawler, say something like the Deep Woods, that tread pattern would be absolutely bonkers blown up to 1/1 size. Like, I mean, I know the Kryptonite Sticky exists in the real world, but as a off-road only tire. So a tire that is specifically designed for a toy car tends to excel. The battery is at 93%. I will see you outside. Hey, every minute I wait to go outside means it might get a little bit warmer. So I will catch you outside in just a moment, and we will do this. I got to get my stuff together anyway. And we bring it on down. They drive straight. They feel like tires. I don't know. There was nothing, like I didn't see big roosts of dirt kicking up off of them, but you know, it is cool. Ooh, get it, yeah, ooh, that was nice. It's nice, you know, it's bounty hunter syndrome, you know. It's nice to see that tire that's got a little wee tiny block and all tightly packed together, just blast. I want to do it again. I want to do it again because he hadn't even cleaned off. Oh yeah, that's real good. That's real good. Now, are you going to help your score? What are we going to look like? Okay, nobody pulls that. No. Oh, can you do it on the left? Oh, you almost had it. Oh, look at that drive back on the shuttle, though. How far right do you want to go? Uh-oh. Watch out, Flatiron. Watch out, Flatiron. We're seeing a thing here. Oh. What's the turn in look like? Oh, very nice. Okay. Maybe it's the new meta. Maybe it's not 4.65s that are a little wider, you know, getting up near 50 millimeters. Maybe it's 4.75s that are skinnier. Because that was solid on the descent. Yeah, real good. I don't know, man. Oh, yeah. That's obnoxiously good is what that is. I want to second guess a little bit. The turning circle is bonkers. Yeah. Yep. Okay. We don't go past tenths. Our level of fidelity is intense. Slick Rock, honest, that's a 9.7. That's a 9.7. And I am sticking with it. Stop 2. Daphne's 4.75 will give us a little bit better clearance. What do we got? Can we overcome it? Because we're gonna hang. Oh yeah. Oh, good turn in. Good. Oh, do it. Show me that grip. I want that right-hand side. I think this thing could pull the shuttle. No problem. Come on. Just limit attraction. Oh, burst. No. Okay. Shuttle side. We'll go easy side. Right back in. It's just got to get the spot. Maybe it doesn't want the oblique. Gut shot. Ooh. Oh, the positionability so good. Oh, yeah. There's a real bounty hunter feel to these. These are like big bounty hunters. And I'm surprised, not surprised. You know, I'm shocked, but not that shocked. The G8 out here, it is cool. My fingers are telling me it's cool. The sun has now come out full blast, and it is now winter desert. Sun very hot, air very cold. You're going to be cold and sweaty at the same time. Oh, it's excellent. Excellent. That was really good. Did you see the slipper engage there? I don't know if it caught the tire, but I definitely got a chunk of drivetrain caught up. Oh, that's so good right there. If you can push, yeah, buddy. You know what? If you're a tire and you do what I tell you, you're going to do well. I'm not driving to the tire. I'm just driving the tire. The tire is going in my lines where I want to go. And you know what you get for that? You get another 9.7. And I have long theorized
with what I acknowledge as no real way to prove this. A tire is the combination of the tread pattern and the compound. I know that sounds like a blisteringly obvious statement, but here's what I'm trying to tell you. This tire, this pattern, like the Bounty Hunter works in J-Concepts Green. The Toyo Open Country RT Trail works in G8. Would it work in something else? Take this exact same mold, fill it with Vanquish Red. What happens? Fill it with Hot Buddies Pink. Fill it with OT6 Trail Spec, insert your color. I don't know. Because some tires, when there are those rare instances that you can get a tire in multiple compounds, which, you know, we've been shrinkflated out of any and all options. When you do get a tire that you can get in multiple compounds, the difference between one and the other tends not to be stunning. It's not like, oh, it just got so much better. But we have seen, like with the Injora comp pins, if those were an S3, we wouldn't still be talking about them. So that tire in that compound works. This tire in this compound works. This is full-size Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter only coming in 393. We get a real, it's real slow, okay, when it comes on. But we get a dropout. I don't know if it's the very corner of the shoulder just folding over. So I would go on record and say that if you put the Injoras in here, the silicone, they have a very triangulated shoulder. It's just there's a gap. I think that the happening of that on here might be exacerbated. Yeah. Any uphill steering input just crushes that corner down, and here's why I think it's happening. That shoulder is doing the heavy lifting, and when we get to a certain point on the side hill, it crushes out, and then you're gone, because there's so much forward drive that the rear is gripping, and then the tire itself deforms, and you go from all the grip to none of the grip. So that's intrinsic. If you keep changing inserts, the tire's still gonna keep doing that. So that is how you pick up points in some locations, and that's how you lose it in others. Here's the deal. When we're out here, we'll come back at us. When we're out here, this feels mad stable. That point where you lose the shoulder, I don't know if I'll be able to. It happened so quickly, I don't know if you could see it, but I watched passenger side front, low side front tire, just all of a sudden just go, and the tire fell away. But it's so predictable, and you have to drive into that situation, that I'm still gonna give a nice, hot, even 9 on that side hill. The side hilling is very confident. Now, potentially problematic for the tire. After 3 showings like that, now we expect something. So we come out with no expectations, and then they are elevated. Oh, any amount of wheel speed, and it's gonna pull that. I just can't quote, any amount of wheel speed. Oh, this guy's gonna do so good on bump. Just sticks. Look at the little bit of slide. That's not drag brake, that's just slide. So he's not getting into it. Yeah, he's not getting it. I'm gonna try shuttle. But oh, the positionability is wicked. Right there, come across the top. No drop back at all. Come across the top. It's just so stable. And that stability, to me, seems counterintuitive, because the tire is so skinny. And we've only been bitten by that skinny deflection once. In terms of forward drive, this guy is a goer. We'll pull around the side. Okay, now we're a little hung on that rock there, but over this, yeah. Exactly where I want to put it, I can put it there. Oh, the stability, yeah. Never close to falling out there. I want to try, can we breach this up over this side? Because you got to use outside edge, inside edge. Doesn't quite have it. Or does it? It's just that little bit of extra oomph, that little bit of gusto, and it's there. I mean, you gotta pull the shadow wheel to take home a 9.7, but I'm absolutely fine with a 9.6. That was the positionability is aggressively good. Have you ever viciously pinched a whole finger in a tripod? I recommend against it. Especially if you're picking up tripod for camera 2 and holding it under your arm, like one would try to hold a folded umbrella without their hands. So I was holding the tripod and I grasped it basically in my armpit, and my finger was in between two of the legs of the tripod, and like your brain runs through this whole checklist. There's a camera on top of that, don't drop it. Your finger will grow back. I'm gonna feel it for a little while. Oh, that cut back. I wanted a cut back and I got the cut back. Now, unfortunately, for this fella, the skinny fella, there are times when you are going to be able to tell that the tire is very skinny. This is an instance of that. I will try a further right-hand cut. Managed to top it over. The position of, like, we are actually stuck. You gotta work to get it stuck. He can pull it back if he doesn't go the other way here. Oh, very good, very good. Oh, excellent. Very good. I feel like that number is gonna come up again. He lost a little bit. I mean, it got stuck on the left-hander. Right-hander, don't push wide, and we're looking good. Oh, chef's kiss. Superb. Yeah. I can't do a 9.7. He got stuck. But I can hand out another 9.6. I am a human triple-edged sword right now. The sun is very warm, and I don't want to take my hoodie off because I'm keeping stuff in the big pocket on the front of my hoodie. So I'm moving faster from location to location than I ordinarily would, which is making me hotter because the sun is very hot. But then the breeze blows and you go, oh dear God, because the wind is apparently made of, I don't know, snow or the ocean. Oh, you devil. The directionality and positionability. If I point the tires, the tire goes that way. This is, well, it was by the beast, certainly. So by the halfway point, this was already my favorite ProLine tire. It is nimble and agile. We're gonna do things slightly out of order. Ordinarily we do the self-right and then the bump. We're gonna do the bump so I don't forget. Yeah, there's a lot of drive in this tire. The only thing that can bring me down is what happens when it gets loaded up. What happens when it gets wet. Because these are singing a song. We get a little loosey-goose, but because the traction profile, the traction level is so high, we have to get very little input to bump. I mean, I need to get all the way. I'm adding 15% throttle. I never even get to half throttle input, and it will just pull up over. Ooh. That was a quick pop. It feels, get out your thesauri. Thesauruses? It is agile. It is nimble. The bump is okay. Like if you have to use big bump and you're in an area where the surface is irregular, your bump is gonna get a little wild. But because the traction profile is so high, we don't need to bump hard. Daphne's third is another 9.7. Dead bump, I'm gonna give a 9.2 because it is controllable. And you would learn it over time, like what the peculiarities of it are, but yeah. Gets a little squirrely. So we've had 2 unofficial bumps. You know what I think is happening? I think this section, I'm gonna try to roll it quicker. It has too much grip. Where I'm trying to roll it, it's just gripping. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I think what we've done is we've self-righted so many times right there. We're kind of creating a little bowl. So it's trying to right its way out of a bowl. There's so much forward drive. Oh, well, I mean, you can't use a sign to flip yourself over, I guess. So we'll give them one last whip where you steer to the sky. It was right there. I run 50% reverse. If you had 75% reverse, you'd have like a 9.6, 9.7 bump. I'm gonna call it 9.4 on the self-righting. It's quite good. But again, a tire with that much forward drive, you have so much traction almost to the point of an excess that things like bumps, things like attempting to self-right, the hurricane, the whip, the cyclone, whatever you want to call it, it can get a little, what's happening? I was, if nothing else, hyper conscious of my finger placement when I picked up that tripod. We are in official hero dirt level right now. They turn unnaturally tight. Okay, let's get them let's donut them. Because of the wetness here at Teardrop, we're gonna have to do the same thing that we've done in the past, which is load them, take them back to Slick Rock and see how we do on a semi-realistic surface transition when going from dirt straight to concrete. A lot of tires don't like it. Ooh, that was a good pull though. How the fronts cleared out pretty quick drawing that edge, and that's what I like to see. If we have a tight-spaced lug, I don't want to see that lug hold on to everything. It's just nimble is the word that I keep coming back to. It is such a nimble tire. Just can't quite get the belly over. And they clear really quickly. Yeah, the lugs are almost cleared out. So let's throw some infinity symbols here. Try to get them built up a little, and then I have to carry everything. I got to carry all the tripods and everything over there. All we've got is, oh, yeah. So the transition score will get finalized over there when we run the wet. We're looking at a real solid score right here. Yeah, the lug appears to clear out so quickly that if I had just driven it back, they would have just emptied out. Okay, so yeah, we've got the usual, like we've got quite a bit of mud buildup. But it is trying. You got to make it. There it is. just had to get it. You can already see it turn tan on the treads. So because of the spacing of the lug, I guess what we're getting is that when it loads, it can't load much. So it will just knock it out. I mean, we definitely had a traction dip. But, you know, we roosted it in the mud on purpose. I will go, we're gonna dig out the pen here. I will go with a, that was pretty good. I was bouncing between numbers. So I'm gonna go 9.2 on that, which I think is reasonably fair, because slick rock is by nature slick. So if we had gone from muddy to something else, you know, no problem. We don't lose the maneuverability. The lugs, you can see the contrast there. The lugs are just cleaned out. So good on you. Other tires and other compounds will hold on to it a bit more. Oh, let's make sure we don't blast ourselves with this thing. Ba-da-ba. Now here, this is what it comes down to, my friend. We just, come on. Don't hope too high. Just do the thing. Do the thing. Do it. Did you? Yeah. It's a little bit of the endorphin there. Come on, swing it around, swing it around. We'll go through the shuttle. Wet shuttle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a good wet tire. Oh, I stayed in that one. This is a real good wet tire. Oh yes. Yes, sir. So after just doing all of the things, we have what I like to look at is lowest highest. What is the best that a tire did, and what is the worst that a tire did at something? We topped out at a 9.7. It is very, very difficult to get a 9.8. And the lowest we went was a 9.0 on the side hill, and I think that is intrinsic. I think it's part of the tire. I think that at the extreme, when you get some weight transfer, that shoulder is going to fold over. It nevertheless combined for a total aggregate score of 94.7. And basically, if you're above 94, this is like wine scoring. You are in rarefied air. This quickly, honestly, it was within the first two obstacles that we hit. This was my favorite ProLine tire. This is my favorite ProLine tire. The ProLine Toyo Open Country RT Trail is it is ProLine's bounty hunter, but it's in a normal size. Like, you know, it's in a 475. It's in a class 2, proper class 2 size. This is a tire that is also odd. That's a scale tire, and it performs too good to be a scale tire. This beats, I think score-wise, I think this beats everything in number that we've gotten from ProLine except the Predator Trencher, which, if it was 85 degrees out, I think these would do every bit as well as they did now, if not maybe a little better. And the ProLine Trencher would not do well at all because it's in Predator. G8 is the way to go for 90%, for the 92% of us. And if you're looking for a scale tire, and I have tested a number in that category, not counting the Tusk, unless you count the Tusk as a scale tire, but in terms of a scale tire, this thing says Toyo Open Country on the side. I haven't tested better. It's a phenomenal tire. That 94.7 is well earned, and my God, I have 75.9, 18, 80, 88, 93, 94.7. Yeah, we do the mental math, so there's a good chance I'm off by a tenth. But 94.7 KMET, the Mighty Met, that's a good number. 94.7 is a good number, and I'm confident with it, and I'm happy with it. And I think that these are, oh man, if you're looking for a scale tire, this might be the go-to tire. I want to try them at some point on the Injora molded silicones to see if my speculation is correct about the rolling shoulder. But just here on trimmed, you do need a 36 millimeter wide insert. They're too skinny for full width dual stages, and they're going to be too skinny for most open cells too. It's a skinny tire. Thankfully not sub 40, but I am pleasantly surprised because this is up there. This is Canyon certified, recommended. Look how nice they sit, look how good they look how good they did. While you're doing all that, I want to thank you so much, everybody, for coming by the Canyon, for joining us for yet another Quickview. I invite you to comment below. Do all the usual things, not limited to, but certainly including doing your very best. Have a good one, everybody. We will catch you next time in the next one here from the Canyon. And until then, as my mother would say, when I was just a wee lad, be good. You soap.